Hey there guys, how are you? Welcome back to another awesome video, and it's time to do another movie review. I don't know what this hand gesture was, but I don't know. But we're going to review an old classic animated film, obviously, Beauty and the Beast. Why? No reason, but let's just get down to it, and that, obviously, Beauty and the Beast is the Disney animated classic tale about a girl named Belle who meets a beast named Beast, and there's a curse to it, and the only way to break the curse and to break the spell is to fall in love and break the spell. That sort of thing. Honestly, it's literally a tale as old as time. No pun intended, but it really is, to be honest. And there's not really a lot to say. That's the main premise for the most part, and that's really it, to be honest. Um, I want to kind of say something real quick that I know a lot of people really love this movie a lot, and I see where people are coming from and everything, and how much of an impact it left, especially on Disney. Because those you don't know, just real quick, those you don't know, I'm kind of a big Disney buff. One of the reasons being sort of that was sort of like part of my childhood. Number one, number two, I'm a movie buff, so eventually I'm gonna come across animation like Disney, and it's just kind of like it's a big company. No one is gonna not know these characters, so it's kind of hard to sort of say you don't know this movie, sort of thing, because everyone knows this tale a little bit. But the thing that people probably don't know was this was a movie that came around. One quick sec. Um, this movie came out at a rare time when Disney wasn't doing so well. It wasn't doing so hot. But four movies came along in the '90s, known as Aladdin, Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, and Little Mermaid. They were known as the Disney Renaissance that sort of saved Disney and kind of brought it up from the ashes. So it's good, honestly. It really is, to be honest. But I'm not one of those people that really give it the praise that it does and that it deserves. I mean, it is good. I'm not gonna lie. The chemistry is great between Belle and Beast. You buy Belle as a female protagonist. You buy Beast with his emotion, his sort of backstory, the sort of turmoil he has, his inner thoughts and everything, the doubt, the curse, everything that's just all put on him. Obviously, the animation is really fantastic. Animation, obviously, being fantastic because Disney, that's their big thing, is animation. They're known for animated movies. So, obviously, this movie being phenomenally animated, well drawn, well acted, well voiced, and everything. You got your little side characters, obviously, that people remember. Lumiere, Cogsworth, rest in peace, the voice actor who was Cogsworth. I know he died like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, but still, God rest his soul. He's a Disney veteran and everything and whatnot and so on and so forth. And he still be remembered in the Disney vault and still in our hearts. So he there's him. There's all the little like anthropomorphic little utensils, the dining room, like basically all sorts of little like objects, like Mrs. Potts, a teapot, Chip, all these little things kind of like coming together, not coming together, come to life is kind of interesting. Um, the little, I don't know, it's the mansion actually is pretty quite fantastic. Other than that one room, that'd be a great place to live in. Uh, why am I stuttering? I'm just kidding. But obviously, Belle and Beast have great chemistry. It's obviously a classic tale. The idea of like these two not like each other first, but eventually they start to fall in love, and then everything takes its toll, and boom, happily ever after kind of thing. A classic fairy tale. Whether this is Disney's original, like whether this is a Disney original written movie or this was based off a fairy tale that actually has this concept or not, still feels fresh, still is timeless. It has a nice feel, and the villain being one of the most the villain being one of the very more familiar, more memorable of villains, one of the more classic Disney villains. Gaston being very charismatic, but very funny, but also very aggressive. That's sort of like the funny thing with Gaston. I remember when I actually, many years ago, when I first saw Beauty and the Beast, was I actually thought Gaston was the sort of like your titular hero, and Beast was the villain. But because that's how it kind of plays a little bit to me. But if you really think, but obviously Beast is obviously the real prince, and Gaston kind of has that physique that looks like this is someone that would fall in love. A lady, a woman, a princess would fall in love with and be like, yeah, we get together, we got married, sort of thing, and lived happily ever after. LeFou, he's there. He makes things more funny, makes things a little more comical. The songs are great. Obviously, the writer, Alan Menken, is obviously a genius when it comes to his songs and the composure, scores, all that stuff. Because when it comes to Disney, you have Alan Menken, you got some good songs in there, whether they're original songs or the score, whatever it is. My only thing I kind of want to say is some reason, I'm not as a big of a fan as everybody says they like the movie. For example, someone like Doug Walker, the nostalgia critic. I know he's not going to probably pay attention to this, but just to throw his name out there and say the idea that he loves this movie and everything, and he's like, oh my gosh, I love the original and how much it just really brings the emotion and the chemistry and the songs and the characters and everything and whatnot and all this other stuff. And I'm sitting there like, yeah, but I don't love this movie. I mean, it's a great film, but for some reason I just don't. It doesn't connect, like it connects with me, but maybe it's because I never grew up with this movie. Because I rarely saw like princess films when I was like, say, like when I was first born to probably, I don't know when the age was that I said, you know what, I'm not a little kid anymore that's like, ew, girly stuff. It's just, there's more to this movie than just a princess and a prince. There's humor, there's heart, there's a family dynamic, there's the idea of being outcasts. Both Belle and Beast sharing the idea that they're both outsiders. Belle being an outsider to the world of, what is it, Paris, I think she lives in? Yeah, Paris. Because not only do the folk people, like the townsmen of Paris kind of treat her like she's bizarre, but also the fact that she actually stands out. Like, everyone's wearing red, green, yellow, brown, all these other weird blahs, and you have Belle is the only one that's wearing white and blue. So obviously that makes her more standout of that she is an outsider. Beast obviously being an outcast, obviously he's a monster, he's a freak, that sort of morality that he feels inside of him, that thing. So it makes a good kind of like not yin and yang, but kind of in a way. And it builds more of the romance between these two, that, hey, there's this that we have and this, and we don't have anything in common, but once we start to develop and realize, hey, we're not so bad after all, and this could work, and the sacrifices that they make for each other in order to appease the other and kind of really love each other, and becomes a very iconic Disney, I guess, prince and princess romance, if you will, and everything. So anyways, bringing this all back, everything's just, I don't know why. I never could, like, maybe it's because I didn't grow up with this movie. Because for me, in terms of the Disney Renaissance films, out of the 4 movies, my favorites were Aladdin and Lion King. Those were not my movies. I didn't grow up with 90s films. I grew up in 21st century. But watching these older films, those were the ones I watched more. And I don't know why. Maybe it's because hopefully I'm not alone in this, but I was one of those kids that, like, I liked Disney, but I never watched the princess movies like Beauty and the Beast, Little Mermaid, Sleeping Beauty, Cinderella, Snow White, Seven Dwarfs, those little things. I'd be like, nah. Being a little kid, I'd be like, oh, it's girly, like, cover your eyes sort of thing. And I remember me and my friend, actually, we were watching like a sing-along, and we covered our eyes and covered our ears to not listen to it because we're like, ew, and all the girls are listening to it at school or something. So maybe it just never connected with me when I was younger. I appreciate this film and everything, but I just can't seem to really love it as much as everybody else does. Maybe that's a good thing because not everything. Maybe that's a good thing because everything that I'm like the movies I'm going to review on here aren't always just going to be masterpieces. There are going to be some that unfortunately I'm going to have to sit through and be like, oh God, I hate this movie, or this was okay, or I don't know. But all that being said, I give Beauty and the Beast a B plus. I mean, I still like it, just it's not as much as probably everyone else would say. Am I wrong on this? But am I wrong on this? I'm not sure, but I will say this: I definitely favor this movie over this animated movie over obviously the original over the 2017 live action Beauty and the Beast. Enough said. But with that being said, folks, let me know in the comments, what is your favorite Disney animated film, or your favorite character, your favorite couple, your favorite villain, something Disney related. Let me know in the comments below, and whether your thoughts, whatever the case is. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please smash the like button. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. I do awesome videos every day for a week. Make sure you ring that bell to be notified of new content every day, every week. And also, I'm gonna keep doing reviews and top 10s and also the other things. But for this video, let me know in the comments. Like, ask me some questions in the comments, because one day, somewhere down the line, I want to do a Q&A for you guys. I want to do a Q&A for you guys, and if you leave some comments, leave some questions for a Q&A. No specific no specific like saying like, oh yeah, I'm gonna leave this question comment for the Q&A or whatever questions or comments I see in the in this video, I'm going to use for the Q&A. And you guys, I don't know when I'll have it, but you guys will find out soon enough. Let's see, I'm going to have probably maybe a few other reviews I'm going to have uploaded sooner or later, somewhere down the line during this week. Tomorrow, I would expect a Smash Bros video. I'm going to be heading over to Jaden T over at Jaden T Incorporated. So make sure you sub to him. We're at like 100 and something. So I think like 100. I want to take a guess and say 125 right now. So we're really close to halfway to 150. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you subscribe to Jaden T Incorporated. I know I said a while back I'd be working on a collab with Kal-El, aka Brandon. It's gonna take a little while, but there will be more like updates and more key like details on when this is gonna happen. But still not going to give away what that movie's going to be. Still not going to give it away. I don't care if I made it too obvious or not. I don't want to give away what the movie will be, but it's going to be a cool collab, and I'm excited for that. Hopefully, maybe sometime during the week. We'll see. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.